Hey everyone, it's Chilligong and welcome to my channel where I talk about and play games like Brawl Stars and Pokemon. Today, the latest Brawl Talk came out. It's the first for the year 2022 and I'm really excited for it because it's been a little bit since the last update. The title says Flying Brawler, Game Modes, and more. I have no idea what to expect. Well, other than there's a brawler that probably flies, but in terms of its mechanics, who knows? Maybe like flying over water, flying over walls, or something like that. I'm also hoping for some updates or changes to gears, and we'll see how that goes. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
It's the first update of the year.
And we would like to present the Starr Park Gardens.
Starr Park
This
Gardens.
deck is very great.
And now Danny will just create a new specimen.
New
You have to
specimens.
mix the Substance Z and Substance X.
Easy.
Substance Z
No,
and
wait, no,
Substance
not
X.
So welcome to Brawl Talk.
Nice. A little bit of spice and everything nice. Whoa, who is this alien person? Okay. Looks like spacecraft. Looks like some Tinder going on. Gotta swipe right. Oh, is this part of the space trio? Crash landing on you. I guess this is the new brawler. I don't know what she is. Oh! Got caught by B.
We are now entering the Biodome
The
season.
Biodome.
Rosa, B, and Sprout finally have a home.
Eve is the newest brawler of the season. She's a very
Okay.
small alien flea in a spaceship
Alien
who
flea.
is joining Ruff's trio.
She's a
Rush
loving mother
trio.
that just wants to find
Not
a
a
place for
cat.
her babies.
With her main attack, she shoots 3 eggs in a row. They all
3
have different
eggs in a
sizes
row.
and damage.
And with her super, she releases a big egg that hatches after some seconds and spawns 3 hatchlings. If the
3
hatchlings are not
hatchlings.
destroyed before latching onto the closest enemy, they will deal damage over time.
Eve has a
Damage
very
over
unique
time.
trait too. She can hover over certain terrains like water and holes.
She's also getting a skin called Spiky Eve at the last tier of the Biodome Brawl Pass.
She can
And the
fly
first king of
over.
the pass is Firefly Rico.
Firefly Rico looks so cool. I really enjoy Eve's concept, particularly the flying part, in the sense that she's able to go over some terrain that other brawlers cannot. That'll give her a different kind of mobility that isn't necessarily broken straight off the bat because it'll be pretty map dependent. So that's a pretty cool concept. Otherwise, she's a ranged brawler. There's quite a number of ranged brawlers, and her super has these weird things that hatch and then deal damage over time if you don't destroy them and latch onto you. So it's almost like a leech of some sort. Was not expecting her to be part of the space trio because everyone was thinking it would be the cat brawler. So maybe the cat brawler just will never exist, or will exist as part of a separate trio that's directly antagonistic to the Starr Force. So we'll have to see about that. Spiky Eve looks pretty cool. It's basically a change in her skin of the spaceship that she's in, and looks more like some sort of Venus flytrap chomper thingy. I don't know. I was watching The Green Planet by BBC recently, and they talked about Venus flytraps, so that's what's on my mind.
We got Ivy,
Ivy Bell. She looks like someone from The Incredibles.
Mr. Fly,
Mr. Fly. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, his eyes have the big compound eyes of flies. A pretty fly guy. I don't know if I'll get this one though. It'll depend on the animations.
Mantis Rosa,
Mantis Rosa is pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see her hood when she uses her super shield and what that looks like.
Corrupted Sprout,
Ah, Corrupted Sprout. Corrupted Sprout is really cute. I love the sticky note face. They can do so much with that. I think it'll probably be a cheaper skin, like maybe 30. Is there a 50? It'll also depend on its animations.
Dr. Edgar and
Dr. Edgar looks so cool. Okay, Dr. Edgar is a sick skin. That's more Venus Flytrap now that I actually look at it. Such a cool skin. I mean, I got the Orochi Edgar one, but maybe I'll have to get Dr. Edgar too, and I barely play Edgar.
Mech.
Battle Meg is cool. She's like a beetle, and her mech looks like a beetle too. That's such a cool skin. Really great.
Waspo is the Power League skin.
Waspo is the Power League skin. Looks cool. Kind of like a superhero look as well. Sort of similar to his robot one.
Season Bunny Grom is coming soon for Easter.
Bunny Grom, I mean, they're just having fun with it. I enjoy it. I kind of actually want that skin. It's so trolly.
And Lion Bull is another wacky skin in the club.
Lion Bull. That's cool.
With the Biodome update, 2 new game modes are coming to Brawl Stars. One of them is Payload.
Some of you might know the rules of this game mode already, but the goal is to push your payload from point A to point B.
So be mindful that this game mode requires a bit
You
more
have to
strategy than the other
you have to
ones.
stand on your
If
zone
you decide to
move
defend
it
your
forward.
payload, the enemy team might manage to push theirs.
So Payload looks kind of like a moving hot zone. It's similar to like Volley Brawl where you had the zones and you had to travel with. But with Payload, there's that linear track, so you know where people are going to have to be. Except it's moving around, so there's still some dynamic element compared to Hot Zone where it's just a certain zone that you have to control. It'll be interesting to see how that goes out. I think it might be a little difficult for some players because there's going to be a lot of moving parts to consider. You have to stop the other cart from moving, you have to advance your own, and you're still trying to kill each other in the process.
As for our second game mode, it's called Wipeout, and the rules are a lot simpler. You have to defeat 8 enemy brawlers or defeat more brawlers than the enemy team in 2 games.
So it's kind of like
With this mode, we are trying to push for a more casual game mode.
Wipeout, like they said, looks more like a simpler kind of mode. Pretty straightforward, just get as many kills as you can. It's pretty similar to Bounty, although Bounty, there's that trade-off. Where as you gather stars, you can give more points to the other team. So there is a bit of more strategy in Bounty in the sense that you have to protect your teammate with more stars, or you have to aim for the person with more stars or the blue star. Whereas Wipeout, you can go for straight kills. You can definitely kind of carry that, especially with someone who can get the jump on people like Edgar or Fang or people like that who are really, really popular brawlers. So we'll see how that game mode plays out. It's kind of like Knockout too, except you can respawn. So it's sort of an in-between of Knockout and Bounty. I think it'll be a pretty fun mode. It'll be quick and easy to play, easy to understand, but there'll certainly be a certain meta for that. Okay.
And as always, both game modes are seasonal and their permanence in the game will depend on their performance.
If they do well,
We have a bunch of changes coming in this update as well. Healing gear is now changed. It now improves your standard healing overall.
A change for the new players. Showdown is now the first mode every player will play instead of Jetpack, because it's easier to understand and to have fun with in the first matches.
Interesting.
We're now changing the bounty, hot zone, heist, and knockout rotation to be daily rather than hourly. Siege is not part of the rotation for the time being, but it will be available in map makers still.
They took Siege out.
Progression now considers your performance. If you win 2 games without losing, you will progress more than before. And if you manage to win only one of the games, you won't lose as much progress.
Nice.
Club League will now have 6 tickets on the last day of the season. They will now remain exclusive for a while, but then they return to the shop in new offers.
This starts only for the skins that are being released in this update. All the other skins that were exclusive before will remain exclusive.
So our money's worth something.
Wildcard power points can now be found in boxes.
10 new second gadgets are
New
coming to the game.
A bunch of new maps for
More
every
maps.
Knockout is now in Map Maker.
More pings and animated pings.
Basket Brawl returns as a seasonal
Basket Brawl
mode.
is back.
And duos are seasonal as well.
And more True Gold and Silver skins.
Hope you enjoy the first update of the year.
Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.
And thank you for watching.
That's so random.
2 heads are better than 1, I guess.
That's right.
I'm not sure if that's right.
I'm thirsty. Thank you. Don't know how to drink.
Oh, I love this person's laugh in the background. Who's laughing? I love it. Okay. So that was Brawl Talk. It was a great talk overall, as per usual. I also really enjoyed the animation introducing Eve. In terms of my thoughts, I've kind of interspersed them throughout the reaction video to give more of my on-the-fly thoughts about it. So let me know in the comments section down below if you agree with some of my thoughts and what you're looking forward to in the update, or if there was anything else that you think the Brawl Stars team missed and that they could have added. For gears, it's interesting that the only gear that they buffed and changed was the health gear. I guess to try and make it more viable, maybe tanks might find more use out of it, but I still find the damage gear and the speed gear, particularly the speed gear, needed some nerfs still. I didn't see any other changes to gears. Maybe it's something they still need to wait a little bit longer for, because still not everybody has their brawlers maxed out. And certainly there's a certain meta that people feel there is with certain brawlers and combinations of gears, but maybe some haven't even been discovered yet. I think the main gear that needs a lot of help is the resistance gear, because there isn't a lot of CC crowd control in Brawl Stars, or if it is, the duration is very short. So it's hard to pick that gear and use it effectively, especially since speed and damage and shield are just so much more well-rounded. I find it really interesting that they're basically phasing Siege out. It must be really unpopular. It was actually my least favorite mode, so I don't mind that it's not around at all. But there are people who love Siege. Let me know in the comments below if you love Siege. It really seems like they're taking it out of the rotation. I love the changes to the Power League elo gains and losses. It is making it easier overall, which is helpful for me because I'm pretty noob. For the Club Wars getting more tickets on the last day, I don't know if that actually gives you necessarily an advantage, because if you're in a set of clubs, our club right now is in Legendary 3, woohoo! But we are getting smoked. We are not doing well in Legendary 3. Even if we got 6 more tickets, it's unlikely that those 6 tickets on that last day will boost us enough to even get out of the demotion zone. So I mean, it lets you play a little bit more. I think at higher tiers, I'm not too sure how it will help. Maybe at lower tiers it'll help, especially because there are certain days that people can't play or it's hard to coordinate times. So for clubs where not every member is active, it can be really helpful to get that extra boost towards the end. But in clubs where everybody is active, and when you're in a tier where all the clubs are active, I think it doesn't really change all that much. So if you watched my video where I do a review of 2021 and predictions for 2022, one of them I predicted was more gadgets. There definitely needed to be more second gadgets for a lot of brawlers, which will again change up the meta, so we'll see how that goes. Even though there are new maps that they're introducing, I really hope that some of those new maps actually make it to Power League, because I'm hoping there's a different set of competitive maps that come in to just shake the meta up a little bit. I'm still hoping for a few changes to competitive modes as well as to gears, and I'm also thinking that something I also mentioned in my review predict video is that we have a lot of brawlers now. I would be really interested if they introduced a rotational system of brawlers, at least within the competitive modes, so that the meta can really change up and you'll only be able to pick certain brawlers during a set amount of time. Anyways, that was a great update. Leave a like for this video if you enjoyed it. Again, let me know what you're hoping to see in this update, and I will see you around in Brawl Stars. Happy brawling!